Good day, everyone. Today is a special day to me. I want to welcome us to our usual MSME clinic. Today is important because we're going to be looking at survival of micro, small, medium enterprises. Okay, so we are in hard times now, and hard times are for real globally. Nations, economies, businesses are suffering all kind of afflictions as a result of inflationary trends and other supplier challenges. So we thought we deem it fit today to say let us look at some secrets that will help you to survive in these hard times. Okay, so right from the days of the beginning when you started your enterprise, now you've grown it big, you realize that prices are things that keep going up. And you cannot stop that. And I want to urge you today, if you need to buy anything, please buy it today because by tomorrow, price will be going up. So because of that, we felt that on today's clinic, we should look at 13 basic secrets. Every enterprise, every business, every human, okay, have one secret or the other. And that's why we deem it fit today that we need to share on some of these secrets that will help you to navigate this hard time to the role and time of prosperity. So 13 secrets. We start with number one, which has to do with dynamic pricing strategies. Like I mentioned earlier, prices are changing by the second. Okay? If you run a large supermarket, you will discover that by the time you go back to go and restock, prices have gone up. So what now happened to your old goods? Are you going to sell at the old prices or you are going to mark up? Okay? In the petroleum industry world, it's often said that anytime price goes up, the retailers are quick to adjust their price upward. But anytime price go downward, they are slow at that. So what that means is that there must be dynamic pricing strategy for you to be able to remain in business. Okay? If you don't do that, you can end up leaving business if you're not sensitive to prices. So what I will urge you to do is to probably have a software that can help you track prices. And if there is a certain percentage by which you mark up, that software will help you to adjust automatically. And I tell you that if you are running large supermarkets, you are running large retail shop, that must be your secret going forward. Number two, we're going to be looking at how to negotiate suppliers' contracts. Suppliers are the engine room to getting your input towards getting your supply. Okay? So you must be able to possess the ability to negotiate and keep renegotiating with your suppliers for you to be able to, remain in business. In one of our episodes, I mentioned one of my clients who, normally we pay in bulk and take delivery later. But the name of the game is changing now. So you must be able to negotiate longer payment periods. You take delivery today of the goods and you are able to, make payment much later. So the ability to negotiate, and that you can come to us to take our course on negotiation skills. Negotiation skill as a business person is what you require at this point in time for you to be able to remain in business. What about making bulk purchase to attract that relevant discount? Okay? So you must be able to, have enough cash flow. We'll talk about cash flow much later, where you're able to, make bulk purchase, attract that necessary discount. Then you must be able to maintain a strong relationship with your stakeholders. Strong relationship with trust can enable you to take delivery of inputs and pay later or pay even when times are hard. So that is number two. We talked about negotiating your supplier contract. Then number three talks about cost control and efficient measures. Don't forget that we told you earlier about the secret of having to increase your revenue, okay, reduce your cost, or do a combination of two of that tool for you to be able to actually increase your profit. So number 3 talks about cost control. You must be continuously watching out for those your cost elements. Okay, itemize what your costs are and look at the ones that are hitting the bottom line hard, and to be able to see how you can, through innovation, be able to see how you can bring those costs down. So there must be continuous review of your cost elements so that you have control over them and so that you become efficient at the end of the day. Number 4 talks about inventory management. Okay, inventory, you must be able to know how to manage your inventory. Okay, sometimes you'll be bringing large inventory. Don't forget that there is a cost attached to them. There is storage cost, there is spoilage cost. So inventory management is what you must undergo to be able to understand what your inventories are. You know how to bring them in to be able to reduce the cost, because when you keep large inventory and you are keeping them in a warehouse, there is a cost to keeping those inventory. And of course, sometimes if you keep items that get spoiled on time, if you keep large quantity, they can get also spoiled. So inventory management is number 4. So we now start costing home now by looking at number 5. Don't forget, we're looking at 13 secrets to survival for a micro, small, medium enterprise in these hard times. Hard times will always come, and your ability to be able to put all these secrets to place is what makes you relevant as a business person going forward. So number 5 is talking about exploring alternative input materials. Okay, what I do personally in my own organization is simple. Okay, for every input that I get, I have about 3 people that they are on my list that I need to contact. Even today, I was trying to get an item and I had to call 3 different persons. And at the end of the day, they end up giving me 3 calls. So what do I do at the end of the day? I go for the best at the end of the day. So there must be alternative suppliers. Okay, don't allow a supplier to think that he is the best and his price is always the best. Okay, people do what is called window shopping. Window shopping is what we clearly encourage people to do. Window shopping has to do with going about finding out prices of items that you use regularly and finding out what the costs are. You may discover that it's cheaper in a particular location. So there must be alternative supplier for you to be able to make your choice at the end of the day. So we move on now to item number 6, which has to do with value engineering and product innovation. Value engineering and product innovation. Okay, what is the value engineering that you are deploying that is making your enterprise to stand out at the end of the day? Don't forget, there is something called the unique selling position or the unique selling proposition, USP. Okay, your product design, your manufacturing process must be different for you to be able to actualize that secret that we talk about, for you to be able to stand out. So number 6 talks about value engineering and product innovation. Innovation, like I mentioned severally, has to do with about the product that you have designed and bringing that into the market space, and you're standing out at the end of the day. So we move on to number 7, which has to do with customer communication. Okay, you must be transparently talking to your customers. If prices are going up, you need to explain to them why prices are going up. Okay, don't think that your customers are not watching. Okay, for you to build loyal customer, you must be transparent to them, and if they need explanation, don't hesitate to make explanation to them as at when due. Okay, so once you are able to do that and the customers get attached to you, even on a bad day, the customers will understand with you because they believe that you've been transparent with them previously, and now that you also stand a chance to be transparent with them. So you must have an excellent communication, and communication is something that can never be overdosed. Okay, so talk to your customer constantly, and there are avenues now for you to communicate with your customer digitally. It's available through all your social media handle, through your Facebook, your LinkedIn account, okay, your Instagram account. You keep talking with the customer, and at the end of the day, if there are any changes, those customers will be in position to be able to listen to you at the end of the day. So let's go on to number 8 secret, which has to do with exploring foreign markets. Okay, the world now is now a global village, and internet is now the market square. So what that means is that you are operating locally, but for you to be able to be relevant, you need to be able to attract the foreign markets. So you must make your goods good enough for you to be able to take them to the foreign market. Today, if you are in Nigeria, for example, the population of Nigerians in Canada, the populations of Nigeria in UK, the population of South Africa is growing. So the demand is also growing. So whatever you produce here locally, you must be able to see how you can take those products and take them internationally for them to be able to patronize you at the end of the day. So exploring foreign markets, you must be able to export to other countries. Okay? Look at other countries with lower inflation. I had an engagement session with somebody recently, and he said, look, Godfrey, what you need to do now is that you must begin to look at other African countries. Okay? Inflation is on the increase, but there are countries that are managing their inflation well. So you must be able to see how you can take your goods to countries with lower inflation, and diversification is the name of the game. Okay? We survive today because we run what is called multiple stream of income. Then as you are consolidating, you are also trying to see how you can, move to other products, so that if inflation takes away your gains from this particular market, you will now be able to do it and go to other markets. So that's number 8, exploring the foreign market. Then what about financial hedging? Okay, looking at future contracts and options. Okay, if you are dealing in foreign exchange rates, and today in Nigeria, for example, the inflation rate, the exchange rate fluctuates by the day. So if you have to take a foreign loan for you to be able to catch up and be able to meet up with your supply, then you must necessarily have to do what is called hedging. What is hedging? Hedging is simple in the sense that if you are taking a loan in a foreign currency, you must be able to pay a premium so that if there is fluctuation, you will now be able to survive at the end of the day. So that's talking about number 9, which has to do with financial hedging. Then let's move on to number 10 now, as we begin to wind down on the secrets that MSMEs should deploy in hard times. Number 10 talks about focus on cash flow management. Okay, so cash flow is how money comes into your business and how money leaves your business. Okay, if the rate at which money is coming in is more than the rate at which money is going out, that is a good cash flow scenario. But if the rate at which money is going out is more than the rate at which money is coming in, then that's a bad scenario. The average scenario that you can have is if there is a balance between inflow and outflow at the end of the day. So you must be able to watch out for accelerated collection and delay payments. Okay, intuitively I use delay payments. Okay, don't forget that the moment money leaves your pocket, that money is gone. Okay, and if you don't manage it well, it's harder for money to come in than for money to go out. There are so many things that make money to go out. So cash flow management is one top number 10 secrets that you must be able to follow. Then we look at adaptation of business models. Today, a lot of businesses run without a model, which is a major headache. Okay, businesses running without a model. 2 models I will likely suggest to you now, which have stand the test of time, which are working, is what is called the subscription model. Okay, who are the subscriber to your business? Okay, as your business is growing, people are coming to patronize you. Make sure that they become your subscribers, so that come rain, come sunshine, they are able to patronize you on a continuous basis. So the second model is what is called the retainer model. Okay, where you are able to retain those customers and they come in to keep patronizing you. So you must have a business model. And that's what I see as a major problem today in Africa. Okay? The fact that people do not have a model. People rush into business, they go into business because their friends and brothers are in business. Business run on models. And I want to urge you today to look at that model that works for your business. That's talking about number 11, adaptation of business model. I will now move on to number 12, which talks about to invest in training and retraining. Okay? We decided to do this MSME clinic today because we have imbibed so much and we feel that we need to let out some of the things that we have. And that's why we talk about the MSME clinic. We are available for business counseling. So at your leisure, go to our Facebook page, our social media handle, reach out to us so that we'll come to train and retrain you. And training and retraining is one of those things that can never be an overdose. Okay? I remember the first time in my career when I was about to start business, I took everything I had and I had to leave the shore of this country to go and train and retrain myself. And you can't believe it, on coming back, my life was transformed. And that has impacted on my business today, and that's making a difference. Okay? So you must be able to invest in training. Okay? Training should be continuous. Retraining is something that you must do on a constant basis. So we look at number 13 now, which is number 13 secret, which is to seek government support and incentives. Okay? Governments are supposed to be there for the people, and they should be there for the people. So what do? As you are going into that business, especially if you're into businesses like agriculture, you can look for things like tax incentives. Okay? Look for tax incentives to be able to drive down your costs. Then look for what they call the grant components of business. So those are the 13 secrets that I decided to share today with you on this clinic. As a way of reviewing, we look at dynamic pricing strategy. That's number 1. 2, we look at how to negotiate supplier contracts. Then number 3, we look at cost control and efficiency measurements. Then we look at inventory management. That's number 4. Number 5 is talking about exploring alternative inputs and materials. Then number 5 talks about value engineering and product innovation. Number 7 talks about customer communication. Looking at exploring foreign market is number 8. And number 9 talks about financial hedging. So all these secrets you must adopt. And number 10 talks about focus on cash flow management. Number 11 talks about adaptation of business model. And number 12 talks about investing in training and retraining. And the last one we talk about was on to seek government support and incentives. So these are critical secrets that I feel that today, if you adopt them, your business will be better off at the end of the day. Don't forget, our drive is for you to be able to outlive your business, or for the business to be able to outlive you. What that means is that by the time you die, you are able to hand over this business to your children, and your children is able to hand them over to your children's children. And before you know, your business is hitting 100 years. People talked about Michael Jackson today being a good musician. Today, Michael Jackson is making money from his grave because those tunes that he was able to dish out are making waves today. So by rounding up, by implementing these secrets that we have told you about, SMEs can enhance their resilience and increase their chances of surviving and even thriving in high inflationary period. You can't survive. Businesses are surviving. Businesses are going under, but we believe sincerely that your business will not go under. So flexibility, adaptability, and innovations are key attributes of SME looking to navigate through a changing economic environment. So on this note, I want you to have a nice day, and don't forget, if you have issues, reach out to us. We can always talk with you in our counseling session to see how we can drive your business and take it to the next level. Do have a pleasant, nice day.